And in our top business story, Dubai's private sector recorded robust growth in August this year, with the rate of new business activity accelerating the fastest since March. That's according to the latest Emirates NBD survey. The Emirates NBD Dubai Economy Tracker shows that Dubai's private sector rebounded from July's 40-month low. However, confidence towards the 12-month business outlook moderated for the second month in a row in August. On the prices front, input cost inflation across Dubai's private sector strengthened to a 6-month high, but selling prices declined slightly. The Emirates NBD Dubai Business Activity Index registered at 57.6 in August, up from July's recent low of 53.1 and above the neutral 50 value for the 67th month in a row. The steepest rate of growth was seen across construction companies, followed by wholesale and retail firms, with rates of expansion quickening to 3-month highs in both cases. Output growth also quickened across the travel and tourism sector. The month also saw output growth accelerating to 62.2 points from 61.6 points in July, while new orders growth picked up to 66.4 points in August, the highest rate since November 2013. The World Bank has opened an office over in Abu Dhabi that is set to boost the UAE's economic growth and development, and will also aid in promoting technical support to projects that are managed by local government institutions. Officials stated that the office, which has been set up at the Department of Economic Development over in the capital, will coordinate research on various issues, including food security and other policy issues, and will also provide technical assistance to the local governments in health and education. The announcement was made at a press conference after an agreement was signed between His Excellency Obaid Humaid Al Taya, the UAE Minister of State for Financial Affairs, and Dr. Hafiz Ghanem, the World Bank Vice President for the MENA region. Al Taya said that this step will contribute to the UAE's economic growth and its development on a global scale, and will help in highlighting the UAE's pivotal role in international forums. Al-Khoury added that with the help of the World Bank, the UAE is planning to set up a fiscal planning unit within the Ministry of Finance. A 62% increase in rental prices of commercial retail spaces across Dubai was recorded between January and August this year, while demand for rental units on the Palm Jumeirah increased by 4%, while the Dubai Marina saw a decline of 16%. That's according to the new 2015 Dubai Property Report by Dubizzle. Officials attending this year's Cityscape Global said that their property report was compiled following 8 months of trend analysis on the Dubai real estate market, which also showed that rentals over in Al Furjan saw a 254% increase in demand. While observing that the market was experiencing price corrections and levelling off, the product marketing manager at Dubizzle, Anne Buthello, said that recent game-changing events such as a drop in oil prices, lifting sanctions on Iran, and an increased frequency in the launch of several off-plan developments have all affected the trend across Dubai's property landscape. Dubizzle officials stated in the report that the Burj Khalifa area saw a 60% increase in demand of rental properties, while downtown as a whole witnessed an 18% decrease. The report also revealed that Indians topped the list of the top 10 nationalities shopping for property to rent and to buy in Dubai.
We have 3.7 million visits to our site every month, number one, which actually is a good base. We have 1,200 agencies that list properties on our site. When we calculate prices, we're looking at median prices, so we take out any outliers, so it's more accurate. When we look at demand, we're looking at number of inquiries that are coming through from our site, so not necessarily search volumes. Sometimes we do release search volume data, but that just shows popularity. So when we consider demand, it's purely based on inquiries. Our Q2 report showed a softening of the market, so the prices in more popular communities like Dubai Marina and downtown Dubai kind of like took a little bit of a dip. I wouldn't even say dip, I say they're balancing out with other communities like the older communities in Bur Dubai and Dera, which saw a slight increase. So in this report particularly, we've seen investor hotspots have taken a highlight. So areas like JVC, which has always been on the radar for investors, is still under the watchful eye of investors, long-term investors. So JVC, Al Farjan, these two communities, purely because from an investor's point of view, when an infrastructure in a community is underdeveloped and they can see potential 5 to 10 years down the line, they like to put their foot in early on enough. And when we look at the prices per square foot in these communities, it ranges between 908 to 1,000 dirhams per square foot. This is as of August. But in other communities, in downtown Dubai and Dubai Marina, it could range anywhere from 1,800 to 1,900. So obviously, those are more established communities and self-contained communities. So what we've seen is demand in the outskirts is increasing because people are seeing that there's more viable options.
Etihad Airways has announced that it will introduce a new baggage policy surrounding weight allowance for passengers, depending on the route or fare type. From the 14th of September this year, the airline said that the cost of excess baggage will be cut on the majority of fares, in line with the launch of its new Fare Choices tariff structure. On some routes, the cost of buying an additional 23 kg piece of baggage will be reduced by up to 90%, with a further reduction of up to 30% if pre-purchased directly with Etihad Airways up to 24 hours before travel. Members of the Etihad Guest Loyalty Programme will also receive an extra bag or additional weight allowance depending on the market and route. Peter Baumgartner, the Etihad Airways Chief Commercial Officer, was quoted as saying that our new fare choices are an easier way for guests to understand what they are paying for, offering clearer pricing and the flexibility which best suits their travel plans. This also applies to their baggage requirements.